Hello, Internet. In today's edition, we're going to talk about the value of modern software-based enterprises. How do we evaluate software businesses today? The digital era has left the older models increasingly outdated. Today, the world's largest and most successful businesses are software and knowledge-based. Many critical decisions are taken based on huge amount of data, supported by digital decision intelligence tools. Estimates of market value do not account for the structural components that are the basis of modern knowledge and software-based organizations. So, what exactly is enterprise value? Enterprise value is the measure of a company's total value. Enterprise value can be thought of as the effective cost of buying a company, or the theoretical price of a target company. The simple formula for enterprise value is EV equals to market capitalization plus market value of debt, subtracting cash or equivalents. Non-financial factors that are significant for the value creation are not effectively addressed for in the traditional investment models because they only measure the financial benefits. But modern businesses are producing value in new and interesting ways. Organizations are utilizing new value vectors such as modern technology, artificial intelligence, investments in sustainability, robotics process automations, employee engagement platforms, and citizen development. None of these values are easily quantifiable using pure financial calculation models. If we base our decisions on investments just on financial measurements, we are mismanaging resources, causing companies to make poor decisions. A knowledge company is a company where the products or services are made in ways that are unique to each employee and which require employees to solve complicated problems. To survive, it's likely that the vast majority of businesses will have to undergo a transformation into digital knowledge businesses. A company's market worth may be better determined by quantifying both financial and intellectual capital. The majority of businesses have established procedures for managing conventional economic and financial operations. However, for digitally mature, knowledge-based organizations, intellectual capital has a high monetary worth and sometimes lack solid practices for managing and refining intellectual capital, maybe because it's not required of the accounting records as financial capital. Intellectual capital is intangible assets. This gives the company a market advantage. It is not measurable like financial capital. Intellectual capital consists of human capital, relationship capital, and structural capital. Human capital consists of individuals' educations, abilities, skills, and physical and mental health. Relationship capital consists of the organization's relationships with its customers, suppliers, and other significant stakeholders. In order for human and relationship capital to do its job, an organization needs structural capital in form of strong foundation in hardware, software, procedures, and data. The distinction between structural capital and human capital is that the structural capital remains in the organization even after the people has left. In-house structural capital might include support systems for development processes, management support systems, and manufacturing autonomy, as well as knowledge transfer and documentation models. Structural capital also includes industry and market intelligence, patents, and innovations. An increase in employee engagement leads to greater retention rates, as well as potential increase in the ability to attract more top talent. The satisfaction of customers may also be influenced by the happiness of employees, and make wise investments into developer experience can also result in awesome software and increased innovations. Structural capital is highly correlated with a company's ability to quickly adapt to digital and disruptive changes. What really is the value of sustainable practices? For example, green technology. Perhaps it might serve as a product differentiator, which could result in more revenue and strengthen customer trust. Should structural capital not be a component that is taken into consideration when the value of an enterprise is determined? The failure to appreciate these values has the potential to be profound, and the total worth of the organization may be misjudged. In an economy where software innovations is reshaping how businesses create value and compete, experts anticipate that artificial intelligence, AI, will be implemented on a much broader scale. As AI impacts how businesses operate, there are also some predictions that the people who perform the work will also need to adapt to change, and that enterprises will begin to replace humans with intelligent technology. AI-based digital coworkers are fast, more accurate, and consistently rational, but they aren't intuitive, emotional, or culturally sensitive. And it's exactly these abilities that human possesses, and which makes us humans effective. The future of intelligent businesses will be shaped by a mix of human skills and AI functioning in a partnership. It will generate intelligence that will enable enterprises to be more efficient and reliable, while also being more innovative and proactive. Augmented intelligence, which includes people collaborating with AI, is the future of intelligent work. Business technologists and citizen developers combine business acumen with low-code software to develop new types of business applications that optimizes operations, accelerate normal business procedures, and mine value from data assets. Citizen development democratize digital development and make everyone in the organization empowered to increase the enterprise value. Business executives can boost the success of business technologists and drive augmented intelligence as a part of the organizational values and support citizen development paradigms. Professional developers can also have an AI pair programmer. GitHub Copilot, trained by billions of lines of code, converts natural language prompts into coding suggestions for dozens of programming languages. Copilot uses artificial intelligence to perform a variety of support services, such as auto-completing instructions, creating whole functions, translating descriptions into functional source code. Developers frequently talk about the importance of flow, staying in the flow of work. And the good impact of a tool like Copilot is that the developer can have their productivity, creativity, and the general developer experience increased. But how do you compare different investments and estimates in enterprise value with more diverse stakeholders in mind? There are thought leaders out there on the interwebs that may have a clue. Gartner has a new value model that creates the opportunity to make decisions in a much more holistic way. When people only worry about the here and now, they tend to focus too much on things like cutting costs or increasing revenue, rather than making the types of investments that pay off with more lasting benefits down the road, like digital innovations. Gartner believes that a multi-factor model is required to develop what they call value connections or value logic between non-financial and financial rewards for a wide variety of stakeholders, not just shareholders. These must subsequently be converted into realized value for the company. There should be a structure in place to monitor whether the value in the outcomes you produce to these different stakeholders translate into realized value for your business. Gartner referred to this as give and take. The enterprise balances stakeholders' interests and provides the desired result. Multidimensional analysis isn't supported by traditional net present value, cash flows, or return of investment models. Financial models are one-time snapshots, not continuous processes that continuously adding value over time. It's about measuring benefits you can't quantify in financial terms and giving them the same amount of considerations, so you know when to adapt and how to improve by being able to determine if your efforts are effective and actually work. It is recommended by Gartner to assign a leader with responsibility for keeping tabs on stakeholders' priorities and concerns. By way of example, a product manager may keep a close eye on the mood of the consumers and the direction of their field as a whole. Trends and sentiments among employees can be continuously tracked by HR. Enterprise architecture practices can be beneficial as it can reveal less visible blind spots, and so on. Gartner predicts that by 2025, 75% of enterprises that optimize for stakeholder value beyond shareholders will likely realize higher valuation than those that don't. Companies that prioritize profits over the many other stakeholders typically find themselves on the receiving end of harsh, heavy criticism. Never before have stakeholders been able to organize themselves and find their collective voice to affect enterprises in either positive or negative way quite as quickly as they can now. Looking at this pyramid of data, information, knowledge, and wisdom, we can see that the data is at the base of the pyramid. Currently, there are vast quantities of data available. The majority of the data does not have such a high value. Oftentimes, it's difficult to collect the proper data and data that can be placed in a context to produce information. The value of data and information is enhanced by contextualizing them. Knowledge blends information with patterns of experience and serves as a foundation for decision-making and action. At the top of the pyramid is wisdom, which brings contextual awareness to provide a principle with powerful, solid, and rational assessments and profound understanding of why this is the right decision. Typically, the higher up in the pyramid a choice is taken, the lower the risks is associated with. Decision intelligence is a trending field that combines business intelligence, BI, with artificial intelligence, AI, to improve an organization's decision-making processes. Digital intelligence uses data and predictive models to make business decisions faster, easier, more accurate, and more consistent. Decision intelligence is an engineering discipline that augments data science with theory from social science, decision theory, and managerial science. Gartner identifies decision intelligence as one of 2022's top 12 strategic tech trends. Decision intelligence uses data and predictive models to make business decisions faster, easier, and more accurate. It allows data to gather and model with machine learning in order to predict accurate outcomes. decision intelligence isn't a case of if, but when. I would argue that decision intelligence paired with augmented intelligence will be one of the defining aims to best estimate the enterprise value in the near future. Well, that wraps our exploration of enterprise value for today. I hope you found it helpful. If you like this video and want to see more content like this, please subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. Please stay safe until we meet again, and thank you for coming along on this voyage of discovery with me.